Greetings, comrades! This is NVMe Caleb back with another episode of Factorio. Yes, in the last episode we finally launched a rocket and quote-unquote beat the game. But that doesn't mean the game's over for me. No. Even after launching the rocket, I still like to play through it, expand my base, build more stuff, and see how high we can get our research going. Because you can see I'm already at artillery shore range 7 in the research. And I've been building up my research quite a bit lately. I've reached level 31 for the follow robot count. And right now this is the cheapest research I can do. And with all the research labs I have, it's going to be done like seconds flat. The rest of them, not so much. As I mentioned, each level of technology from here on out is exponentially more expensive. So here, the physical projectile damage 14. It's going to cost 128,000 of each of those science packs. And flammables also 120. Now the most ridiculous one, worker raw speed 15, costs about 512,000. And that'll definitely take a while, but you can see I've been expanding my I've actually added a northern base to where I was. And I might as well show off around here later. But first, not much has changed in my main base. I did a set up, I expanded my logistics network. As you can see, I have a bunch of robo ports out here. And notice some red dots over here? Those are turrets. Because, oh, and I built a Spider-Tron. Yeah, love this thing. You can control it with a remote, or you can pilot it yourself. And this has 4 rocket launchers, and it launches them in a rather rapid manner. And I recently found out that the Spider-Tron can fire nukes, which is both awesome and a really bad idea, because, yeah, the nukes have a pretty big blast radius, and if you get caught in it, you die. It's that simple, so yeah. So I have a huge excess of petroleum gas, and as I mentioned before, if one of these outputs gets full, you can't produce any more oil until you get rid of that excess. So one of the ways I get rid of the excess is making a lot of solid fuel, and these are already filled up, and I just made these like, I want to say 30 minutes prior to saving to this video here. Yes, I had those God modules here, and yeah, light oil's full. Now, one way to get rid of excess light oil is to do oil cracking. Now, it's just for 2 types of oil. Yeah, let me just show you. Okay, so you can crack heavy oil to turn to light oil, and you can crack light oil for petroleum gas. The thing is, the way I play, I have more petroleum gas and light oil than I do heavy oil. Yeah, but one of the ways is to make solid fuel, which this is really good. You see rockets launching in the foreground there, but principal big way I take care of excess oils to make solid fuel, and sometimes lubricant. Yeah, I've also been, honestly I haven't touched this base that much ever since I expanded to the north. I did place a few more artillery emplacements, mainly around the southern part of this base, but most of my artillery is up in the north, and I'll show that later. Look at all these rockets launching. I'm loaded with science packs. See, I have 8 of these provider chests. Look how many science packs are in there. And here's my well, one of my nuclear reactor cells. I got stuck. I can't move. Now this is an interesting design here. Like I had a blueprint before where as soon as one fuel cell is expended, it'll automatically put another one in. But the way this blueprint was designed, once this they basically program the circuits to put a new fuel cell in once the temperature drops below 500 degrees Celsius, because that's the minimum temperature for these heat exchangers to to operate. So once it drops to 500, they'll add more uranium cells in there and it'll start back up again. Then once that's depleted, it's sort of I'll admit, it's a pretty ingenious design. It has passive heating because even when the uranium cell's expended, the nuclear reactor is still hot and it takes time to dissipate the heat. Hence all these heat pipes and the heat exchangers. Because as I mentioned, once it drops below 500 Celsius, they'll put more fuel cells in and they'll be back up and running. So it's a nice constant flow of steam, and you have a shit ton of steam engines. And you can see the available power is now 5.8 megawatts as opposed to 1.8. You connect it to a regular boiler. This is how you get the most out of your steam engines and steam turbines. And these barely got touched, and they have. Once the power usage goes up, these will start getting used. But I don't have to worry about that because I have a set of turbines over there, SSC turbines over here. They're 1.2 megawatts. Prior to expanding a little more, they're topping around 2.8 megawatts, 2.9 megawatts. This is why I build plenty of turbines and reactors, so I don't have to worry about one power target. Here's a second setup over here. Yeah, a lot of more turbines here. Pretty much how this works, it's just like the boilers. You feed water into the heat exchangers and they boil and make steam, and they go through these pipes here. Now, whoever designed this blueprint was a genius. I could never hope to make blueprints this elaborate, especially since I hardly touched the circuitry system. But yeah, steam goes to here, and then I set up a bunch of pipes and a huge line of turbines, and there's my power. But yeah, these GOB modules, they're insane. Like, before this would take like maybe hours to produce a lot of uranium. Here it'll just take like a few minutes. But yeah, I have a nice little solar farm over here. Whole lot of solar panels and a bunch of accumulators, so I have a bunch of extra energy. Yeah, so for some reason I used some landfill over here to make a little walkway for me. I set up these belts, so if any aliens do try to sneak through here, they're gonna be in for a rude surprise. But yeah, I expanded my logistics network considerably. Now, you press L to check your logistics network. There are two different networks here. One cell, which is your character, and network 2, 3, and 8 was all those robo ports I have. This part shows everything you have in your logistics network. I have 593,000 space science packs, tens of thousands of belts, copper plates, flamethrower ammo. Not too many automation science packs, but I make so many of those, it's no problem. 6.3 thousand uranium fuel cells, so I don't have to worry about running out of that anytime soon. Yeah, whole lot of GOB modules. Yeah, I have quite a nice little inventory here. And network 1 is logistics for your character. I'm sure you remember here you got my construction robots and of course me. And here's my main logistics network. Got 15,000 construction robots, 7.6 thousand logistics robots, 388 roboports, a bunch of provider chests and requester chests, and a Spider-Tron. Yeah, the Spider-Tron apparently benefits from the logistics network as well. Haven't really looked into that. I mainly use it to like travel and like blow up nests. But thing is, the Spider-Tron's kind of slow. Then again, so is a tank. But the plus side, it doesn't use fuel. Yeah, just store a bunch of rockets. Yeah, you can put atomic bombs on here, but I wouldn't recommend it unless you want to blow up your Spider-Tron, because these things take quite a bit of time to make. And I might as well show you. Spider-Tron, you need raw fish, 16 rocket control units, 150 low-density structures, 2 level 3 efficiency modules, 4 rocket launchers, 2 portable fusion reactors, 4 exoskeletons, and 2 radars. And turns out to get the fish, you just when there's one close to the shore, you just grab one. And funny thing, you can actually eat the fish to restore health, but why would you? I think there's an achievement where you put a raw fish in a rocket instead of a satellite. I think it's been a while since I earned that yet. I think that's how it works. But yeah, Spider-Tron. Nice. Yeah. Surrounded these sides with laser turrets, so if those aliens try to break through here, they're gonna wish they hadn't. Yeah, travel's a little slow, but the Spider-Tron has quite a few advantages over the tank. First, it can traverse over any terrain. It can't travel over water, which I thought it could, but what it does is like you know, kind of weird physics of legs here, but yeah, over small ponds, you can easily reach over them, but you try to go across the ocean here, yeah, not gonna happen. It's just like trying to hold its balance. You can't fall in the water, so it's no big deal. Yeah, you can travel over any terrain, like over cliffs, over small ponds, and stuff like that. And you look up here, 4 rocket launchers, and it fires them pretty fast. There aren't any nests here, but I've been busy clearing out this area here. Might make another base somewhere around here. Yeah, I made a lot of radars. But anyway, I might as well show you my northern base, which is somewhat more organized, in like 30 quotation marks. But yeah, here it is. Got some electric furnaces here for the ores and whatnot. Set up another logistics mall over here. Has just about everything I need. There's another military mall, so I can make more reactors, centrifuges, turbines, and stuff like that. Yeah, I found another drilling blueprint that's very, very efficient, because you got a bunch of drills along all of these express transport belts that are pretty much just all the ore you'll ever need through here, and kind of went overboard. Not only put like a few stacks of them, but I put those God modules in there, so I don't have to worry about ore. Plus, I had that efficient everything thing, so the productivity here is pretty good, though it's mainly from the God modules, but also the mining productivity, which is probably the second cheapest one ever now. That's like 35,000 science packs each. But you know, this can be, so yeah, physical projectile damage, refined flammables, stronger explosives, artillery shell shooting speed, artillery shell shooting range, energy weapon damage, mining productivity, worker robot speed, and follower robot count can be increased infinitely. But as I said, each level is progressively more and more expensive. You can see here, 256,000 for 8. Yeah, these are by far the most expensive research to be done, because artillery is pretty powerful, especially if you have a lot of them, and you bunch them together, so you can pretty much just rain death, and that's from far away. Yeah, at this point where research is excessive, I just do this to have something to do with my science packs. Which, speaking of, I set up a second science pack facility here, as well as a few provider chests for all the excess resources and stuff, so I can use it for other things if I need to. And yep, all going to another set of labs so I can research stuff even faster. And I set up a second set of rockets, so I have even more space science packs. It's so satisfying seeing these launch in the air. Even after you begin just watching these launch constantly, so satisfying. But yeah, Transpies here for some reason that oh yeah, it's covered by ores, that's why. Yeah, all these research labs with all these beacons with the God modules. Yeah, I mentioned before, the creator of the God module mod balanced it out by not letting you put the ultimate God modules in beacons, because you might literally break the game if you do that. Yeah, but anyway, pretty much for the sake of brevity, I set up a separate assembly machine for the rocket control units here, and just set up like requester chests for the other ingredients. for the rockets. Yep, some more. Yeah, I don't know what game I play for this. I always have a problem with excess light oil and petroleum gas. Even after building a bunch of storage tanks for all that stuff, I still produce more than I use. And some people have the opposite effect from what I heard. Some people don't produce enough petroleum gas, which is kind of weird, but yeah. Yeah, so a second uranium processing area here, and another nuclear reactor set over here, and a lot more turbines here. Yeah, a bunch of radars here, so I can scan some more sectors. They don't go that far, so you kind of have to go out there yourself. But this is mainly to detect any aliens might be sneaking through. But not that I'll have much luck. Yeah, a bunch of artilleries over here. They won't have much luck since I surround my base with turrets. And with all these, I don't have to worry about them running out of ammo or flatlining my power supply anytime soon. Yeah, still have a bunch of real estate over here. Need to figure out what to do here. I'm trying to expand my base as much as possible because, well, if you destroy an nest but you leave that area for a little bit, then the aliens will repopulate that area in different spots, so best to expand your base when you can. You also notice a bunch of giant burn marks on the ground because I've been launching nukes. Which, might as well show you real quick. So here's a rocket launcher. Now, this has a pretty big range. And a pretty big blast radius. You definitely don't want to be near that because it will kill you. Even if you have energy shields or the highest class armor you can get, you get caught in that mushroom cloud, you're dead. It's a good way to clear a bunch of excess trees and, of course, to destroy the alien nests. Yeah, I built 2 Spiratrons. One's still at my main base. This one I kind of move around with. Yeah, even with the God modules and stuff, it's going to take me some time to expand my base. Yeah, it used to be a bunch of nests over here. Now, I could be wrong, but if you nuke an area where a nest would be, they won't respawn there again. I'm not sure. I mainly use nukes to clear out forests so I have room for more stuff. It's a lot faster than just cutting them down yourself. Or even using the construction bots. Even with a bunch of them, it takes time. Especially if you're far away from your logistics network. Yeah, just doing a little bit of exploring, and at this point I'm mainly doing it just to kill time. Being all caught up with my chores and stuff, and yeah. I did just going through his first week of rehab. He still has another ways to go, but I'll just keep it short. He's making progress. A lot of progress. Has a lot more energy. You can actually see muscles in his legs now, because his legs were scrawny when he went there a little over a week ago, but he actually has some defined muscles there now. He's been doing those, like, exercises and stuff. He's developed a bigger appetite. He's been eating a lot more now. He has 3 square meals a day, and yeah, yesterday I made tacos and brought some to him. Yeah, word of advice, don't buy corn tortillas for tacos because they break apart really easily. Just stick with regular flour tortillas. Anyway, here's a nest here, but let me show you what the Tron can do. See, knowing that slime will slow it down. Yeah. You know what? Way to stop update to the bang, because this was added in the final content update for Factorio like a few years ago. Now it's just like bug fixes and stuff. Way to send it off with a bang. And this came as a surprise to me. Factorial is coming to the Nintendo Switch. I was not expecting that, but I'm surprised it's coming to the Switch of all consoles. You know, maybe the Xbox Series or PlayStation 5, or heck, even the Xbox One and PS4 might be able to run this game. But the Switch of all consoles, heck. I might get it just to see how it is, but I think I'll stick with the PC version. So much to do, plus the mods. Which I'm going to check out more of the mods. I might do that in the next video, but right now I'm having fun with my world the way it is. Here, another nest. Okay, now... Okay, I'm going to save real quick. And, going to show you that this can fire nukes and why it is a terrible idea. Yeah, you're fairly close to it, but you still have enough time to move. Well, good thing it doesn't fire it rapidly like the regular rockets. Because that would be bad. It would. Okay, let's there. I think that'll do. Yeah, definitely found quite a bit of uranium out here. Not that I'm worried about it now. I guess this is what happens when you set the resources to, like, very generous. That's usually how I like playing my worlds. I like to have plenty of resources, so I don't worry about, like, relocating or anything like that. But even with all this stuff, I will eventually run out. But thanks to the Efficient Everything mod and those God modules, oh man, I don't have to worry about running out ever again. Oh yeah, and props to Wubs. I forgot the name of the developer of this game, but props to them for making a Spider-Tron an actual, like, spider mech. You know, you see all these, like, games and stuff, they call them spider mechs, but they have, like, 4 legs or 6 legs. Like, spiders have 8 legs. Like, get it right. And by Jove, they got it right here. I wonder how it's like to design the sprites for these legs and stuff, having them, like, stretch around and move around. It's pretty cool. Nice little visual effect. A lot better than you see from a lot of AAA games these days, huh? Anyway, about my dad, yeah, he's making a lot of progress at the physical therapy rehab. Getting a lot more strength. That still has a little bit of trouble getting up, but not nearly as much as before. And his bowel movements are improving a bit too. Before he like have a bowel movement like every 3 or 4 days. Now it's improved like every 2 days. So he's getting a little better at that. Still need to watch his diet and make sure he gets more fiber. That really helps. He does have some medication to help with the constipation and stuff. Yeah, he's getting better. He's not gonna get off Friday, so he can take advantage of the days that Medicare is paying for it. But some of the doctors will lean towards Wednesday when he gets off, but we'll see. I'd rather he spend a little more time just to make sure that he has the energy and stuff, and he definitely is getting it. I said Rome wasn't built in a day, so you're not gonna, you know, build up muscles overnight. Sure, if you could, they weren't beating obese people, would they? Man. Speaking of, my weight's a little... Last I checked, it was 278. I'm around 278 and 280. I do my best to, like, eat less and, like, move around a lot more. But it's not hard, running errands around the house, you know, walking around, taking care of laundry and stuff like that. Even my dad at rehab and being at work, I keep myself busy. And of course, winding down, playing Factorio. I would love to get back into Warframe, but getting a lot of technical issues lately. Like, ever since the Veilbreaker update, like, I've had like 3 or 4 crashes when it's trying to start the game, which is weird. That's never happened before. So I'm gonna hold off on playing Warframe until all those things are ironed out. I'm gonna miss on some of the stuff, but I also like to play MechWarrior Online again with that free mech event going on. Plus, the recent added Terra Therma Classic and some more Platinum mechs. Yeah, low density structures. It's mainly so I can transport over there for the rockets. So I have to make 1,000 more belts, but kind of hypocritical to see they have all this. Yeah, and I finally set up my first train. It's still trying to feed through all its science packs. Okay, let's go into this increase of overall speed. Yeah, let me I'm gonna give a few robot friends. I need to make a few more logistics spots anyway. I have plenty already, but you can never have too many logistics spots. Didn't mean to grab the engines, but whatever. You hold shift and click, you'll build everything you can, provided you have all the resources needed. Yeah, look how fast they're moving. Like before, they moved like at a snail's pace, but now they move at a pretty decent clip. And since they can, you can increase their speed infinitely, they'll practically teleport to their destinations. But it's gonna take a lot of science packs and a whole lot of time, but I have both. But even with all these labs and all this science and the God modules, it's still gonna take some time to research all that. But anyway, yeah, set up my first railway. This has been the transport science packs. And you can, about trains, you can set it to go automatically, or you can pilot it yourself. And it's powered by solid fuel. Though I haven't tried it, but I think you can use uranium fuel cells on it. Like in this tank here, I replaced the solid fuel with nuclear fuel, because the fuel value is 12 megajoules on solid fuel, which is already 3 times as much as coal, but nuclear fuel is 1.21 gigajoules. Yep, Back to the Future reference, gotta have it. So yeah, this lasts significantly longer. Like, I've been driving quite a bit and I'm not even a quarter depleted here. Thing is, you can't stack these. Plus, with 2, you only have like 2, but once it burns through one, it'll go through the other. But not only that, but the vehicle accelerations increase. Like with solid fuel, it's 120%, but nuclear fuel is 250. That's more than double. And so this thing can move perfect. I haven't tried it in a car yet, but I imagine it's gonna be like a hot rod. And vehicle toss will be 105% here, 115%. Not too big of a leap, but it's something. But yeah, I got a bunch of nuclear fuel cells here. Also got some uranium cannon shells, some uranium rounds for the machine gun, and some plate for ammo for the flamethrower. I keep forgetting the tank has a flamethrower. Yeah, this moves pretty fast now. It's a bulldozer on steroids. Look how quickly it's going through those trees. Not as fast as a nuke, mind you, but it's moving at a decent clip. Yeah, 79 kilometers an hour. That's fast. I think some modern tanks aren't that fast. But yeah, surrounded this area of turrets. And even if they sneak through here, I got all these turrets over here when I was first getting invaded. And they're still there, you know. Especially if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Yeah, let me find my other car. My other vehicle, I should say. I think it's over here. Here it is. Yeah, it's still powered by coal. Well, let's fix that. I have the nuclear fuel in the northern base. Definitely grab it from there. Yeah, I forgot. You can't roll trees with this without taking damage, so that. Yeah, I just barely started using it. I played Factorio before, never really used nuclear fuel. Mainly because it's pretty time consuming. I mean, I say time consuming. All you really need is, you know, rocket fuel and uranium 235. And with my supply now, it's no problem. Like back in the day, like I was struggling to make uranium 235 because, like I said, it's a 0.03% chance you'll get 235 out of mining, and even then, you need 40 at least of uranium 235 in order for the Covarex enrichment process to be put to use. Okay, so I had the uranium cells. I'll just call them uranium cells because, well, that's what they are. Okay, let's not go through there. Yeah, thing about the car. Yeah, you can't turn while staying in place. Yeah, funny thing, with putting the tank, I actually ran over a roll report and just destroyed it. Like, just one hit. So be careful when driving tanks around your base. Heck, be careful when driving vehicles around your base in general, unless you have a Spider Tron. It'll walk over those no problem, but... yeah, Jeep. Be careful. Anyway. I think I set it up over here. Not too far from this, set of centrifuges. I wouldn't put it that far. Was it over here? You know what? Fuck, I'll just work it for my logistics network. Okay, nuclear fuel. Yeah, this is a little confusing. You can set a minimum of stuff you need. So once is like, say, 5, the robot will make sure you have at least 5 of those in your inventory. Then you can set it to infinite, how many you want. But I set the maximum to 5 because you can't stack the nuclear fuel. You see those little dots? Those are logistics robots moving around the network. That's why I sent all those roboports, not only to expand the network, so if they have to travel great distances, I'll be able to charge. I don't think the worker robot speed affects the energy consumption they use, because every now and then, as they travel long distances, they need to charge up, because otherwise they'll slow to like a snail's pace. Dude, where did I put the nuclear fuel production? I don't remember if I put it here or like the southern base, my main base. I thought you can use nuclear fuel for the rockets, but no. Yeah, this is where I'm making my flamethrower fuel. There's these little chemical plants over here. Those are already full. And funny thing, the flamethrower now, the way I upgrade it, now it just like destroys trees. Like before the upgrades, the flamethrower like slowly burned the trees, thus creating a lot of pollution. But here with the flamethrower, it just incinerates them. It pretty much Zanka no Tachi the trees. Like pretty much burns them into nothingness. There's nothing left. Oh, I think it's down here. I could have swore I built it in the northern part of the base. And those robos haven't got my nuclear fuel yet. And then within the logistics network, I should have grabbed it. Let me see. None of them are following me, so I guess you just park it here for now. I know I set up nuclear fuel. Yeah, it's my watch. Somebody get up and walk around. Yeah, fun thing about this smartwatch I have, after like an hour of inactivity, it'll actually vibrate, let you know, hey, get off your ass, walk around, get some movement going. And I will. After this video. There's a regular rocket fuel. Those are the atomic bombs. Yeah, I'm full of atomic bombs. Like, yeah. Okay, I could have sworn I know I built it. I had an assembly machine set up where it'll produce nuclear fuel. But I cannot for the life of me find it. This is what happens if you make a huge base and then make another base. You lose track of what you built and where you built it. I think it's because I didn't set up a provider chest for it. That might be why. Well, guess we'll just set up another machine. So right here. Oh, no, it's a chemical plant that you need. No, centrifuge, that's what I need, centrifuge. Okay. Now, no wonder I couldn't find it. It's not an assembly machine, it's in a centrifuge. Dumbass. I'm used to building stuff in the assembly machine. I forget that centrifuges make rocket fuel. Or nuclear fuel, goddamn. I can't brain today. You already knew that I have the dumb. I've always had the dumb. Had it when I was a kid, had it now, and I'll have it till I die. And you know what? I could give a shit less. Whether we're smart or stupid, we're all going to end up in the ground anyway. I know it sounds very nihilistic, but world being the way it is, it's hard to keep a positive outlook. Okay, now where is that centrifuge? Man, I can't find a single bone to save my life. Ah, here it is. Alright, yeah, uranium 235 here, rocket fuel here, and here's the nuclear fuel. I'll just grab I'll grab 10. Okay, let's get rid of all the coal. That's obsolete now. I don't know why I have wood in here. Yeah, it's still burning off the regular coal. But once it does, it'll switch to the nuclear fuel. Click on it. Let's see. Yeah, it's still the coal it's burning. Once that burns out... There we go. Oh, Jesus Christ. Got Tokyo Drifter here, Jesus. Damn. And yeah. Barely made a dent. Keep trying on a straight line. See, it's barely moving at all. So yeah, great way to check on target territory. Get yourself a car, put some nuclear fuel in it, you're good to go. It never has to have a few spares. I have like 9 or 10 spares in here. At this point, I'm just scouting around. Now, I could be wrong, but I think the world you make is gonna be procedure, not only procedure generated, but infinite. Like you just keep going and going and going. Jesus Christ! Yeah, be careful making turns, because you got a few worms over there. Yeah, more aliens out here. Yeah, the aliens can evolve. Like, the more you kill, the more they'll evolve. As you get to Behemoth class, which they're big and green, and they have a lot more health, and thus a lot harder to take down. I killed quite a few aliens in my downtime, but I haven't found any behemoths yet. I'm pretty sure they'll come eventually. I think it's mostly in the farther out reaches of the map, where they're mostly undisturbed. Dude, look how fast I'm going, Jesus Christ. And, yeah, just barely took a notch off the fuel. And this does come equipped with a minigun. Just put some uranium rounds in it and a pretty sizable defense. Oh god, a ton over there. Yeah, explore probably to the north already. Definitely explore more of the map. Outside the video, of course. But yeah, not too much else going on, though. I think after this video, I'm going to do a different video, because it's been like a few months since I did something other than Factorio. This is primarily to push some more content on this channel, but also because I love this game. Like I mentioned before, once I start playing Factorio, start New World and stuff, it's hard for me to put it down. Like I just want to keep playing and playing, even after I launch the rocket and all that stuff. I still find myself playing it. And we'll see if that's the case when Factorio and the Switch comes out. I still surprised it's coming on the Switch of all consoles. But hey, I'm not complaining. It means that the Factorial level spread. I would love to see it in the PlayStation and Xbox, because don't those consoles have keyboard mouse support? If so, then great on them. But you don't need a fancy mouse or keyboard. I'm just using my Logitech G915 keyboard and G502 mouse. I just love the Proteus core and Proteus Spectrum, and now the Hero, as it's called. Like it's just such a nice ergonomic mouse. It fits my hand perfectly, and it just feels nice. Got a bunch of worms here, Jesus. Oh. You can hit cliffs and they won't damage anything. Yeah, as far as we all goes, it's all good. Would love for my dad to be back home once he finishes rehab, because he hates going to the hospital. I forgot my little laser defense on my body, so yeah, even if you're in a vehicle, it'll use the lasers. You know, the damage upgrades I got, I'll take these guys out no problem. Oh yeah, we recently got a chest freezer from Best Buy. Mainly for us to stockpile like frozen foods, like get some hamburger meat, some ham, trying to find some turkeys. My nephew's been looking at the news since like a huge, like a bad strain of bird flu from the north, and it's caused affecting quite a lot of turkeys. So turkey supply is gonna be a little short this year. So yeah, try to get a turkey as soon as you see one, because there's not gonna be a huge supply this year. Anyway, I think this this is mainly just to show off my expanded base and pretty much all the things I've been doing since the quote-unquote end of the game. Like after all this, my work of speed was just barely half done. It takes time, even with all the science packs I'm producing, the GOM modules being set up. It's still going to take some time. That's just how it is. But anyway, this is I'm Caleb signing out. Have a good day.